All right, well, that was a high bar to kind of, but over the years, since 2008, I've been here. People and the culture really are the thing that make it great. And thank you again so much for everyone to come here today. Very welcoming, and I'm excited to be here as well. So let me follow the path of Nancy and have to know. Well, I graduated from Duke University in 2016, even though we might be a little so North Carolina. Yes, but regardless.
Sorry now for tonight.
But for now, North Carolina has been my home, and Greenhouse Scholar But yeah, there's one thing that I hold very true to my heart, that Greenhouse Scholar really changed my life. And, I am so excited for the younger students in North Carolina now also have the same access to the same extraordinary opportunities that Greenhouse Scholars, and with your support, would be able to have. And I was born in Vietnam, but not until after 10 years of waiting for a visa that I was able to join my mother, who was living here in the US already. And so that was quite a reunion for sure. I was 16 years old when I came here, did not speak English back then, but but I decided to move across the world, across the country, the globe by myself. So that's an adventure that I'm still processing. How did I even and I started high school at the lowest performing high school. Well, I didn't know at the time, but now I look back in Colorado, and the majority of the students, which was very interesting, they spoke Spanish. And so while I was struggling to learn English, I also have to learn Spanish at the same time. But actually, learning Spanish was the greatest thing that have ever happened to me, because just the night before my AP exam, I became homeless and had to live on the street and finding shelter for months, and finally I was able to join a Spanish-speaking family for a period of time in high school. And I was just telling a couple of our supporters here that challenge will always be there, and it's always challenged me to be a better person who I am today. But even when I was homeless, I was always very hopeful and optimistic, and the experience especially taught me to be extremely resourceful. And because I live in poverty, I know exactly that education will be the only way, my best way at least, to kind of get out of that. And I also believe that I shouldn't, money, even though I'm still trying to save up, but shouldn't be something that I get angry or frustrated about. Because I truly also believe that it's always going to be a strategy to make it. So that has served me very well. And I worked, in high school, I worked over 20 hours in fast food. I volunteer as a tutor at 3 different schools, and I interned at the Denver Museum of Science, so that was a very exciting experience at an environmental nonprofit organization, and even graduated at the top of my high school class. But the very sad statistics, though, is that of the 500 students that graduated with me that year, I was among very few of them that actually went to college. And I'm sure that with the support of Greenhouse, that number will change, and will be a big change in North Carolina. To be honest, I succeeded by being independent in high school, but I absolutely would not have made it to college without the support of Greenhouse Scholars. And there was just so many times that this organization has given me the resources, the skill, the people, that really make a difference. And even my first business suit that I now wear to every job interview, that's my lucky suit, was purchased by Greenhouse Scholars. So for that, I thank for you guys again. At Duke, I still remember it was always the hardest thing for me when my peers would ask me what my parents do. I always feel very hesitant and sometimes even intimidated to respond that my mother is not a doctor. She is not a businesswoman. That many of my peers would have responded. But she always someone that really mean and important to me. But it is really all the Greenhouse Scholar that helped me to remember that I'm not alone and that I have earned my place in college and that I should feel proud and confident of where I come from. And that's also served me very well. And Greenhouse Scholar even paired me with a mentor, Brett. He's went to the University of North Carolina. His wife was a Duke.
You let them get married.
I don't know, maybe because of the rivalry. But without Brett, really, I would not have had the opportunity to pursue HIV vaccine research at the Duke Human Vaccine Institute, and no, I would have been able to earn a very prestigious National Research Scholarship Program to do HIV cure work development at the National Institute of Health, where I'm working right now. Really, without Greenhouse Scholar, I would also not have the inspiration, really the resources to found 2 new student organizations while I was a student at Duke. One connect college student with research opportunities, and the other help low-income high school student in area to connect with college and scholarship resources. This last slide. Some of you might ask, what am I doing now then? I'm talking with you guys right now. I volunteer with Greenhouse Scholar frequently, and most recently we were talking, helping select the first ever class of Greenhouse Scholar in North Carolina. So that's very exciting. If you guys want to get, involved, be sure to do that. I'm still working at the NIH, the National Institute of Health, and especially I'm still exploring my careers in medicines and healthcare. But whatever that is, to become a physician, scientist, or a healthcare executive, I always know that we have the support from Greenhouse Scholars, Greenhouse Mentor, and the staff, and I hope that will include you very soon. So please join me and join us to help support our scholar in North Carolina right here and right now.